An IDE is an integrated development environment. It's a piece of software that will allow you to write code and run code on your computer. Now with Python, there are lots of options out there, but without a doubt, one of the best is PyCharm by a company called JetBrains. To download it, the first thing you need to do is go to www.jetbrains.com in a browser. Then when you're on the website, you need to click on Developer Tools, PyCharm, and then you need to click on this download button right here. Now there is a paid version of PyCharm, which is obviously better. However, the community edition, which is free, is absolutely fantastic. And for somebody that's learning Python, it's pretty much the perfect piece of software. So I would suggest downloading the community edition. So you click on the download button, and then in the top right hand corner, it'll pop up trying to download it for you. You need to click open. When it's complete, it'll pop up a box on your screen saying account control, and you've got to approve it by pressing the yes button. You'll then have this window where it says PyCharm Community Edition Setup. Click next on the first screen. Then I'd click next on the second screen by default. Now you've got options here of creating shortcuts and things like that. The one thing I would strongly advise you to do is to tick the update path variable. It will need you to restart your computer afterwards, but you might find this useful later. I'd also suggest creating an association with .py files. When you've done that, you just need to click next, click install, and then it's a case of just waiting for this to install. When installed, it will offer you an option to reboot straight away, or you can choose to manually reboot later. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reboot my computer now. After reboot, I'll show you starting from opening the program PyCharm. Now, depending on where you installed PyCharm, you might have to open it. For me, I need to click on the start menu and then search for PyCharm, and you can see I've got PyCharm Community Edition ready to open. You need to confirm that you've read and agreed to the terms and conditions. Choose whether to send the statistics or not. And there you've got PyCharm installed on your computer. So just to show you the very basics for now, if you click New Project, it gives you the chance to choose where to save the project. So you can see it automatically has created a folder in my root user area called PyCharm projects. And this is just calling it Python project. I'll call it test project. There is nothing else that you have to select on this screen. Click on create. It's creating the environment in which you can code. Please ignore for now, because in this video, a lot of you won't necessarily understand the code that starts on the screen. I'll do another video explaining that a little bit later on. What I want to do is just to prove that this works. If I just print hello world, which is always the classic when you're learning to code. And then if I press this run button up here, you can see that down here it's ran and it said hello world. So just to give you a very quick tour, on the left hand side here, you've got the view of all your different projects, files and folders. So you can skip between different things. This is your main window where you're going to code and write all your Python code. And this is your terminal at the bottom. So when you press run, things will execute down here. And if it's just text-based outputs that you're doing, you will see all your outputs in this window here. That's PyCharm Community Edition. That's easily one of the best IDEs you can get for programming Python. It's the one I'm going to be using through all my videos going forwards. I will show you the more advanced features of this system as we develop and we do more advanced code. But for now, I suggest just installing it and keeping it very, very simple.